Hi, I'm Sarah. Today is our third episode of Comedy Night with Sarah. I hope you enjoyed our previous episodes. A wife said to husband, "My birthday is tomorrow, what gift will you give me?" Husband replied, "Ring." Wife was excited, she said, "Oh really? Sweetheart." Husband said, "I will give you a ring, but do not accept my call tomorrow. My mobile balance is very low, sweetheart." A nice, calm and respectable lady went into the pharmacy. Right up to the pharmacist, looked straight into his eyes, and said, "I would like to buy some cyanide." The pharmacist asked, "Why in the world do you need cyanide?" The lady replied, "I need it to poison my husband." The pharmacist's eyes got big and he exclaimed, "Lord have mercy. I can't give you cyanide to kill your husband. That's against the law. I will lose my license. They will throw both of us in jail. All kinds of bad things will happen." "Absolutely not. You cannot have any cyanide." The lady reached into her purse and pulled out a picture of her husband with the pharmacist's wife. The pharmacist looked at the picture and replied, "Well now, that is different. You didn't tell me you had a prescription." A wife got so mad at her husband she packed his bags and told him to get out. As he walked to the door she yelled, "I hope you die a long, slow, painful death." He turned round and said, "So you want me to stay?" A girl wanting to earn some money decided to hire herself out as a handyman type and started canvassing a wealthy neighborhood. She went to the front door of the first house and asked the owner if he had any jobs for her to do. "Well, you can paint my porch. How much will you charge?" The girl said, "How about $50? The man agreed and told her that the paint and other materials that she might need were in the garage. The man's wife, inside the house, heard the conversation and said to her husband, "Does she realize that the porch goes all the way around the house?" The man replied, "She should. She was standing on it." A short time later, the girl came to the door to collect her money. "You're finished already?" he asked. "Yes," the girl answered. "And I had paint left over, so I gave it 2 coats." Impressed, the man reached in his pocket for the $50. "And by the way," the blonde added, "it's not a porch, it's a Ferrari." A wife asked from husband, "Am I pretty or ugly?" Husband replied, "You're both." Wife asked, "What do you mean?" Husband said, "You're pretty ugly." Wife was telling husband about dream. She said, "In my dream, I saw you in a jewelry store and you bought me a diamond ring." Husband replied, "I had the same dream and I saw your dad paying the bill." Ralph is driving home one evening when he suddenly realizes that it's his daughter's birthday and he hasn't bought her a present. He drives to the mall, runs to the toy store, and says to the shop assistant, "How much is that Barbie in the window?" In a condescending manner, she says, "Which Barbie?" She continues, "We have Barbie goes to the gym for $18. Barbie goes to the ball for $18. Barbie goes shopping for $18. And divorced Barbie for $100. Ralph asked, "Why is the divorced Barbie $100 when all the others are only $18? The sales lady says, "Divorced Barbie comes with Ken's house, Ken's car, Ken's boat, Ken's furniture." A man walks into a doctor's office and says, "Doctor, what's the problem with me?" When I touch my arm, it hurts. When I touch my leg, it hurts. When I touch my head, it hurts. When I touch my chest, it really hurts. The doctor replies, "Your finger is broken." One day a lady walks into a doctor's office with both of her ears burnt. The doctor asks her what had happened. She says, "Well, when I was ironing my work suit, the phone rang and I mistakenly picked up the iron instead of the phone." "Well, that explains one ear. But what about the other?" The bastard called again. A teacher was working with a group of children, trying to broaden their horizons through sensory perception. She brought in a variety of lifesavers and said, "Children, I'd like you to close your eyes and taste these." The kids easily identified the taste of cherries, lemons and mint. But when the teacher gave them honey-flavored lifesavers, all of the kids were stumped. "I will give you a hint," said the teacher. "It's something your mommy probably calls your daddy all the time." Instantly, little Johnny coughed his onto the floor and shouted, "Oh teacher, given us donkey meat." This is the story of Clever Johnny. Little Johnny is always being teased by the other neighborhood boys for being stupid. Their favorite joke is to offer Johnny his choice between a nickel and a dime. Little Johnny always takes the nickel. One day, after Johnny takes the nickel, a neighbor takes him aside and says, "Johnny, those boys are making fun of you. Don't you know that a dime is worth more than a nickel, even though the nickel's bigger?" Johnny grins and says, "Well, if I took the dime, they'd stop doing it, and so far I have made $20. Wife asked from husband, "Why do you go out in the balcony when I start singing?" Husband replied, "Because the people would think I am beating you." I hope you enjoyed our today's episode. Bye for now. We will meet in next episode of Comedy Night with Sarah. So stay in touch with Funland. If you did not subscribe our channel, then subscribe Funland for lots of fun.